how to go from this letter to this letter. I will be showing you that in this video. First, I started out with the W for West, just so I can narrow down the style. I used oak wood because dark oak wood and spruce wood were already all over the place. So I needed to use a different kind of wood that would stand out but also look formal. First, I took all the red concrete and laid it out into oak wood. And then I did a bunch of experimentation with staircases, which are my favorite detailing block. If you want to make fancy, slightly cursive looking letters, or anything like that, use stairs and slabs. The reason I have oak trapdoors is for detailing you'll see later. So right now the inn doesn't look quite balanced, and it doesn't look big enough. It's too thin for its size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the border of its thinness, and then I'm going to thicken it up. I'm going to get it to a shape that I want, and then I'll make it thicker. So right now it's starting to get to a shape that I like, and I'm starting to experiment with how I can make it thicker. You see that doesn't work out, so you gotta go over here. It's starting to look better, but it's still not done around the edges. It needs a lot more stuff. So I threw in another curve, threw in the curve at the top, keep things symmetrical. Thinking it looks pretty good, but we got a while to go. So I thicken that part up there, keeping the top and bottom, and boom, that half looks much better just with one staircase. So I repeat the same thing on the other side, adding some more trapdoors for some temporary thickness, add a slab, and now I'm starting to realize that trapdoors will be the key to make this thing look a lot nicer. So now I need to finish my styling. So I go ahead and take the bottom leg of the inn and replicate what I discovered earlier. Great. Now we're almost done. We need to give it some more styling right here. And now the trapdoors come in. Right now the inn has its shape, but we need to thicken it and make it seem more cursive-y. Boom. It's almost done. The whole shape of it looks a lot different. Trapdoors almost feel like a hard line, but it's very thin. So when you're writing a real letter, it seems realistic. Comparing it to West, I think it looks done. Moving on to E, which is honestly probably the easiest letter because it's symmetry and design. But the problem is stairs are not symmetrical, so you're gonna see I have some problems figuring out how to style it with stairs until I go dramatic with it towards the end. This is where the problem is. Since the E is symmetrical, you cannot use a stair in the center. This just doesn't look right. Yeah, no. Not with this size. It would need to be a 2x2 E in order for the stairs to work. Now this is where I started to hit the jackpot. I started thinking that making it thinner, ooh, that doesn't look good, so a trapdoor, and nah, I'm going to keep it there just to experiment, but I'm going to work with the back. The back seems to be more malleable because it's thicker and it's the line of symmetry, so went ahead and did the bottom. Experimenting where you haven't before is key to making a new letter design that people will like. And as you can see, the trapdoors do not look good. Confirmed. But that looks pretty interesting, so I'm going to replicate it at the top just to experiment, and voila, it looks like a cursive letter. And now we're getting symmetry. Just got to put a block in the middle. The staircase at the bottom. Boom. Looks all nice and straight. Tried to make the middle look thicker, which was a bad idea because it's already the thickest spot, so there's no reason to do that. Yeah, we went ahead and get rid of that. Boom, bam, bop, pow. By itself, it looks done. And the outside we cannot put any more on because of the other trapdoors, so it's done. But then this is where I had the ingenious design to add a trapdoor as an entire vacant spot. Hi. Okay, now we're on to south, the last letter of our compass rose. First we take the design and fill it with wood. And now for the obvious bit, staircases to make it seem smoother. Ta-da, now it looks like an S. And this was completely experimental, but it worked really well. It looks awesome already. I could call it done any day. Yeah, looks pretty good. So now we have to take what I learned from E, and I'm going to put a trapdoor in the middle. Not there. No, it has to be out. There you go. So break the block, and it's done. Pretty much. Keep saying it's done. It's not. For the S, I wanted it to be very thin. I didn't really care about the thickness because it was already going to be a thin model, as the S is very curvy. Add a light block, and we should be done. And there we go. Looking around for comparison. Much better from red concrete letters. I'm very glad I did this. And now you can too. If you have watched 2 or more of my videos, that means you're interested in my content. You should like, subscribe, and share for more information on this channel. Stay tuned. Goodbye.